that.
I want to go to bed tonight, so hopefully we can end before then.
I hear you. Are
Where
you?
are
You
you
not?
from?
I'm in San Diego, California.
Oh, cool.
You're up in Idaho, is that right?
Yeah, I'm in Idaho Falls.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. So mainly it was talking about the statistical process.
Yeah, did you just watch like the tutorials and that and read what it had?
I read the book and then watched the video that I had in there about Daniel's experiment and then um, the Salk experiment and all that.
Yeah.
So read through that stuff, watched that. I didn't get a chance to watch the tutorial video yet. I imagine was that just kind of like a summary of the reading?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I did. I couldn't really
Okay.
find the reading in that. What I found from the reading was pretty short.
Yeah. It was all pretty short, I think, in general, which I actually kind of like that about that book, that it doesn't go super long-winded about anything, which was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
But did you
Um,
find that in the individual preparation or in the?
yeah, and the individual preparation, let's see, let me pull it up here again. Go. All right. So if I went to, I always do my stuff through content, and then I went to week 2, lesson 2, and individual preparation. I clicked on that. And then you have in step 2, the read lesson 2 in the online textbook.
Yeah.
That's where I just read my stuff
Alright.
from.
I
And
read
then they have
part of
those
it.
videos.
I didn't know if we are supposed to read it all, but I watched the tutorials and all that. So
Okay.
maybe between what you got and what I got, we could take the quiz and that, and maybe
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yep. I think, the main focus, I think, with this stuff was just really understanding the statistical process.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it seems, if you think about just kind of the process of it, I suppose it seems pretty straightforward. You generate a hypothesis, you get the data for it, you graph it out or however you want to represent it, and then test it, and then you make changes. So, seems pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think that it was all that hard, and I honestly was wondering, like, am I missing something here? Or
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that was new-ish to me was the whole null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis.
yeah,
But that makes sense. I mean, if you're starting from ground zero, then that's your null. So
yeah,
your status quo, and then you have your alternative, which is different than obviously your null based on data. So
yeah,
there was that, and then there was the p-value, which
yeah,
is basically, if the null is true, what the probability is the result's more extreme than the information they observed. So those were the two newest things, I think, to me, just in general.
yeah,
But I mean, other than that, I think the terminology, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Subjects involved and people involved, and I don't
yeah,
know, experiment, observational study. I think um, the type of where is it here? There it is. The statistical terms. The one that I didn't know what stratified sampling was. I knew what random sampling was, cluster, systematic, even. I didn't know stratified, so that was new to me. But stratified was the one where they're, grouped together, and then you get a random or full sample from each one of those groups.
yeah.
So,
Yep.
um,
I just been looking at the quiz and all that, and just kind of been reading through what was there. So
let me pull that quiz real fast in here.
from what I understood, we could help each other, and could we use we could go back and look at that stuff on the quiz, couldn't we? Or could we only help each other?
Yeah, I think that was the whole point of this, is that we could talk through things
Yeah.
and help each other out with it. Let's see here.
Right.
Let's see. I'm just looking at the group meeting right now. Record your group meeting and post the link to the group collaboration discussion board. Okay, so I'll post on the discussion board then when we're done.
All right.
And then groups clarified their understanding on part 2. Go to the next page. Listen to quiz. Start quiz. Required to work together in the quiz. Each member of the group must submit his or her own answers. So we go through it together,
Yeah.
but we submit our own quiz, which makes sense.
Are you ready and wanting to do that? So we can just make it short and sweet tonight. And
Yep. Did you have any other questions or anything else you wanted to go through on?
no, I think I'm good.
Okay, let's do this then.
I just hope it sticks with me as we take it.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
All right, I'm gonna push start quiz.
Yeah, I'm pulling it right now. All right, start quiz. Let's do this.
Probably won't be 15 question. I completed the individual preparation assignment before attending the group meeting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got that one.
Actively participated in the group meeting. I guess we can say we did.
Since it's just us, absolutely. Yep. Let's see.
All right. Okay. Now when it actually starts.
All right. So researchers would like to determine reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better.
It is.
Let's see.
Material the day before the exam. To answer the question, the researchers are trying to determine if his questioner. They are discussing who the population would be and how they would determine which sampling if it would be represented the population. Which of the 5 steps of this playing? All right.
So let's see here. Let's see. They're trying to
collect data. I think they're trying to design the study, aren't they?
That's what I was thinking too. They're still designing what they want to do.
Because I mean, they haven't collected any data yet. They don't have any data to describe. I mean, you can't take action on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to go with design the study.
Trying to determine if it was observational studies or experience. Unless part of collecting the data is how they want to collect the data.
Yeah.
Because isn't there, in theory, their hypothesis, which would be designing the study, is determining if material consistently reviewing the material within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students. Isn't that their hypothesis, which would be designing the study?
That's true.
And then collecting the data, part of collecting the data, isn't it how it would be how they collect it?
Yeah.
So that's the only, I'm just kind of thinking through the different steps there. Is if collect is how they do it as part of collecting the data, which I think I remember seeing that, but I'm not 100% on that one. Does that ring any bells to you at all?
Eileen, dinner's ready and your dog wants to go out.
I don't know. That's a hard one.
Are we allowed to use notes on this stuff, or are we only talking through this?
I don't know. It doesn't say that we can't use notes, but it doesn't say we can. It says that we can work together.
Huh. Well, I think designing the study is the hypothesis. That's the only reason why I'm leaning to collect here, because I think part of collecting the data is how they're going to collect the data.
Yeah, that's true.
And how they're collecting it, I mean, if we're looking at observational or experimental or experiment, that would go into how they collect it, right? Because they're observing.
First sentence would be the hypothesis, wouldn't it? Researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consequently within an hour. So that sentence right there is kind of setting their hypothesis that is what they're wondering. So to answer the question, so I think they're collecting data.
Yeah, we can. Let's go. That's what I think I'm going to go with, because only because I think I remember seeing how. If I screw us up on this one, it's my bad.
Oh, you're fine, dude.
All right.
I'm not gonna be mad. And a researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked about how many hours of TV they watch a day. The researchers tally the frequency of each category, attributes means numbers of hours watched. So they create a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution, which of the 5 steps are statistically processed. Which is,
I think this was describe the data.
yeah. She was
Yeah.
creating.
The histogram is going to be a graph or something. So, all right.
Quickly growing city of importance in his own country as well as the global economy. Marketing research firm has been asked
Determine.
for a special list of
1,040 hours one population.
the population is the city of
Yeah, the citizens of Mumbai.
yeah. I remember it talking about this.
Yeah, because that's the total. Because it's talking about, it wants to know if the citizens of Mumbai would support it.
Yeah.
So that's the population, and then we get a sample based on what we return here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. India is quickly growing important in its own country. Marketing research firm has been asked to promptly fast food restaurants. On the list.
Oh, here we go.
Sample. You're right. The sample is the 1,049 people who responded.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You answered that on the last one. Studies have shown that the question can be dropped as low as 50.
This forgetting curve.
Continues to within the 6 days, only 24. Important. Suppose your teachers want to test this and invite you to participate in the study. We are asked to review an hour after class, 10 minutes, and again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher is giving you a short sample. What type of data is your teacher? You were talking about this. I don't really remember the answer.
Let's see here. Let me just double check the question. I'm going because quantitative is going to be things you can measure
Yeah.
in terms of statistics and numbers. So I'm just going to read real fast here. Like that's when like gender and age and things like that.
So I think you could put this. You could put a number on this if that makes sense.
Yeah, let me just reread, double check on the second part here. Teacher think is a short time your school. Yeah, this has got to be. I think this is quantitative.
I do too because I remember talking about this, and as you said, the categorical and that it made it dawn on me that that's the right answer.
Yeah. All right, so looks like same question here until the end. After the 6th day.
That's the important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this, and then you're saying you asked her.
Huh.
After the 6 days, your teacher asks you if you feel confident you have retained at least 50%. He then records your response: yes, no, not sure, what type. Or this would be categorical because it's giving you options. It's not giving you numbers.
Data. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
Because it gives you yes, no, and not sure. So that'd put you in 3 different categories, is what I would think. But
yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. So same question, the last sentence then. Your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over the 6 days. Let's see.
That would be
it's a control group.
Yeah, the control group. I remember that from 7th grade science.
Yeah, you gotta have your control, your base and your control. Yeah.
Yep. Which of the following would be considered an experiment design? A telephone poll asking people about whether or not they Administration. It'd be the administration, wouldn't it?
The second one, administering the tuberculosis vaccination to one group and giving a placebo to another.
Yeah, that'd be an experimental design, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because the rest are all
Yep.
an experiment. And the study determined the average wage of people working in this fine would be the best sample.
10th working.
All the workers in.
Let's see. The study determined average wage. Which of the following would be the best sample? So the best type is a random sampling.
Yeah, the randomly select workers in each of the several working districts. Because if
Yeah.
you went all in one area, that all the pay would be the same. You can't do female because that would say that the female you wouldn't know on the male section. And then the every
Yeah.
10th, I don't think that's a very fair thing because usually
Yeah.
the lower end are going to be walking the downtown streets.
Yeah. Every 10th worker that you meet is more systematic, but it always I mean, I remember reading that the simple random is the preferred method. So if we can do that, which we can do, I think that's going to probably be our best bet. So I'm going to go random.
You want to become the next. You test the vaccine compared to.
The vaccine. What or who are the experimental units or subjects?
The vaccine, wouldn't it?
Well, what or who are the experimental units or subjects? Well, the subjects would be the people that are involved in the test, or the.
So it would be the children.
That's what I'd be thinking of, the children. The vaccine and the placebo would be the treatment.
Yeah, you're right there.
Let's see.
I kind of got a thing where I quit reading once I think I know the answer, and I don't read it all the way through.
No worries. Oh, here you go. Here, what are the treatments? That would be the vaccine and placebo. That's 13.
Yeah. In 1992, the U.S. government supported a study. Chance to move to us.
Very support systems. Randomly assigned 3 groups. Section 8 certificates. Traditional. Control. All right. The study was on.
It wouldn't be observational, would it? Or would it?
Well, they were given something. I don't think it's observational because observational is viewing things as is.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's.
Yeah.
I think it's either experimental or nothing. Neither. And
yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to experiment because researchers want to determine if getting people out. So they had a control in place, and they did one of these 3 controls right here.
Yeah, I agree. And they had 2 other. I guess you could call them experiments.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna go with experimental.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too.
Match the following. It's design the study, right?
Oh yeah, that's what we're doing here. So I just go step 1 is design.
Step 2.
Step 2 is collect the data. Step 3 is describe the data.
Yeah.
Step 4 is make inferences. And then step 5 is take action.
Yeah. So top to bottom, I got 3, 2, 5, 4, 1.
2, 3. I think you're in a different order than me then.
All right.
My order goes 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1 was the order. My answers are 5, 2, 4. Oh wait a second, hold on.
Mine goes step 1, step 5, step 4, step 3, then step 2.
Oh yeah, I'm in a different order than you.
All right, so I guess
Just-
you're on your own there to make sure that you get them right.
Yeah, I'll make sure we'll be all right.
I feel pretty confident on it. I might not get 100, but I think we did pretty good on it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be all right with this here. Take action. Hold on, let me just finish this up real fast here.
Alright.
Step 4, make this. Step 5, take action. Yes. Step 3. 3 is describe. Step 2 is collect. Step 1, design. Yep. Okay. I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm gonna submit it. And
All right. We'll see what happens.
two. We missed 3. Looks like the only one we missed was 3.
Yeah. So I'm sure
94%, not bad.
I'll take that one. So
Yep.
3 was this. It's probably design. I'll eat that one. That one's on me.
You're all right, man. No, you're good at
Yeah. I was reading too much into that
studying
one.
and painted a little bit more next week. I was studying and got so tired. I've been up since like 6:30.
Oh jeez.
And all that. So
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're.
aren't we?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much that for this week. So I guess I'll finish up this broadcast. I'll stop this and then have it posted to the that discussion board, and then we'll be back on Wednesday.
Yeah. I think I read on there that you need to put both mine and your names on there to make sure that we get credit for it. if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah, I'll put that in the body then that both of us attended.
All right. I'll see you
Um,
Wednesday then, man.
yeah, Wednesday it is. All
I was
right.
a little worried for a second that I was going to be the only one to show up, and I was like, I have no idea what to do.
Yeah. Well, I sent out that email last night, and I'm like, I haven't heard from anybody. I don't know if anyone's going to show up or what's going on.
Well, I think I accidentally put my email on that thing wrong.
Yeah, I got
you
it.
probably- Yeah, I got on there and looked like at 6:30, and I'm like, oh, I accidentally put an extra 2 in there, and
That'll do it. Yep.
so. All right,
right.
man, I'll see you
Well,
Wednesday.
then, yeah, we'll go Wednesday. Hopefully, we get the other 2 involved too.
All righty. Thank you.
All right.
man.
Okay,
Have a good
man.
night.
You too. Bye.